Hello and welcome to i-nastava. Today's English class is for the first year, and the topic is, So, are you okay? My name is Stephanie Kate Lukač, and I'll be your teacher for the day. By the end of the lesson, you're going to create your own digital poster. You're going to need something to write with, your notebook, and a device with internet connection, whether it be a cell phone, laptop, whichever. Feel free to pause the video at any time. How do you feel? Grab your notebooks and write out a mind map of all the feelings you've been having lately, whether they're positive or negative. Pause the video and good luck. Have any of these feelings come up in your mind map when it comes to the negative sides? Have you been feeling frustrated or maybe anxious? What about depressed or afraid? Have any of these measures made you feel lonely? Sometimes you might feel annoyed at everything and everyone around you. Have you maybe been angry? These are just some of the feelings that you might have in your list. I don't want you to only concentrate on your negative feelings because most of the time they come and go, and that's totally normal. Of the list I made in the previous slide, you've got some antonyms or opposites that I hope you have at least some of in your mind map. Instead of frustration, hopefully you felt satisfaction. Calm and worry-free could pop up as well. How often do you feel content or cheerful? When the emotion of fear comes out, how long does it take for your fearlessness and bravery to show up? When loneliness kicks in sometimes, I want you to know that you are loved by so many people. This could make you feel pleased or joyful. Whatever the emotion, overcoming the negatives is sometimes difficult, but well worth it. Use the link to open an article regarding the COVID situation and how it makes many teens feel. You may find it easier to bear when you know you're not alone, that there are others who are experiencing the same feelings and emotions that you are. We'll kill two birds with one stone here, since you'll find some great information while practicing your English skills as well. Throughout the article, you need to choose which answer fits best in the sentence, A, B, C, or D. The possible answers are on the last page of the article, and you can check them over in a bit. Pause the video and give it your best shot. Think positively. Check your answers with the link. Even if you didn't get that perfect score, the most important thing is to believe in yourself and never give up trying. Things get easier to do when you've practiced. Nobody is a born football player or an artist or whatever. It takes hard work and dedication to perfect your talents and skills. Practice makes perfect. By using this link, YT Own Your Peace, you'll be watching a video, Teen Voices Coping with the Pandemic. Before you do, however, pause the video in order to copy these subheadings. While the video is playing, you need to take notes about what these teenagers said about each part. Good luck! Let's see how you've done. With the first part, the challenges of the pandemic, things that have been especially hard during this time, I think most of you can relate to what they've said here. One of the problems was motivation. When it came to sleep or work or even school as well, sticking to some kind of schedule and motivating themselves to stick to it was a big problem. Another big problem is staying connected or reaching out to people. They miss their family, their friends, everything that they did before. Also, when it came to school, they're distracted from working in their own bedrooms. I'm sure most of you can relate to that as well. Also, there was a positive though. Before, when they always said that they had no time to do something, now they didn't have that excuse, so they actually kind of ventured into something new. When it came to self-care, the things that they did to feel calm, nourished, and healthy, I also believe that many of you can relate to these as well. By listening to music or exploring new types of music, they kind of felt an escape from everyday life. One boy mentioned exercise, also checking in with people, talking to them, whether it be online through FaceTiming or whatever you want to call it. Keeping in touch is another aspect. One girl also, she kind of dug deeper in her inner self and was really kind of conscious of her feelings and her inner thoughts. Now, with this last one, bullet journaling, I think that might have been a problem to kind of hear and listen to, because I kind of had to stop a little bit and think of what she said. But it's keeping track of everything. So you're making your own kind of journal. You probably had seen she was drawing, and so that kind of also her creativity came out. Maybe some of you like to do something like that, even if you are not really artistically talented. You can still even make a bullet journal, so you're kind of going short form, keeping track of what you have to do that day, maybe any kind of assignments or any kind of activities. It can be personal, it can be for school, for work, or whatever. These are some great ideas, don't you agree? So in this part of the video, it wasn't all negative. They were talking about growth and self-assessment, the lessons learned, and new ways to measure productivity and happiness. So on the one hand, this boy was more introverted, but he had also become more independent. He also thought he wasn't as introverted as he really is. I think all of them also mentioned better interaction with other people, more quality time. One person did something that made him feel better, took the time to do that for himself. Another boy, he found comfort in the negative feelings, that they're not permanent, they will pass. And I think that's something that you also need to focus on. Even if you're feeling depressed or sad or anxious or whatever that day, know that tomorrow is a new day, and new days bring positivity. One person, she changed her expectations as well. So that might be something that some of you might want to consider. And that last girl, if you remember, she had previously given up with the ukulele, I believe. She decided to take it back up and start playing, and she got better and better at it because she had more time. So not everything is as negative as it might seem sometimes. With the ways in which adults can help teens at this time, they felt that they would like them just to check in to see how they're doing. Also, they want them to know that there's no need to fix things. They cannot fix everything. Just sit there, be there for them, and listen to them. Also, they would like help with adjusting to a new environment, especially with this situation with COVID. Also, sometimes they just want a hug. That's all it takes. And for the last person, they wanted them to show empathy, show that they care, show support. With the last part of the video and their visions for the future, this was a little bit more apprehensive and negative. They were worried about losing their social skills. Also about college. Would they be able to go to college on time? Would it be the way that it should be? One person also mentioned missing things that are necessary to become an adult. They might not be ready for it emotionally, psychologically. Also, the last person mentioned, and I think many of you do also as well, when will it be over? What will things look like when this is all over? So I hope you found that video interesting and enlightening, and that you see that regardless of wherever you live in the world, pretty much all of you feel at least similarly, if not totally the same way. So this might help you again with making your own short recording. So you're going to talk about those points that we just went through, but your personal list. So you're going to talk a little bit about the challenges of the pandemic, things that have been hard on you, self-care, what you do to feel calm, nourished, and healthy, with growth and self-assessment, so some lessons that you might have learned and how you measure productivity and happiness now that things have changed, the way in which you're supported by adults in your lives, and also what you see for your future. Don't forget to send your recording to your teacher, and now would be a good time to pause the video. Time to listen up. Before we start with the listening exercise, I'd like you to pause the video and copy the questions into your notebook. You're going to listen to 5 speakers, and you need to connect each speaker with the sentence he or she is talking about. Speaker A.
I found myself starting to gain weight, and I felt lethargic and sluggish all the time. I was even having a hard time walking up and down the stairs to my room. That's how bad it got. With school being online, I was sitting at my computer for pretty much all day, and my body felt it. My mom came into my room a couple weeks ago and sat down to talk to me. I mean, really talk to me. She saw these changes in me, and luckily for me, we chatted for a good 2-3 hours. I got a lot off my chest and decided to make some changes in my life. Although I can't change the amount of time at my laptop because of school, I can change what I do before or after. My mom hath taken up jogging around our neighborhood in the evenings or late afternoon. Sure, sometimes we walk, but I love the fact that it's our time. It's my chance to get out of the house, talk about the day, and lose some weight at the same time.
Speaker B.
My days were same old, same old. Wake up, have breakfast, log on for school, get through my classes, do the assignments, eat something somewhere in the middle, watch TV, and on in circles. I felt like I was in a rut, like I was running on the spot, moving but not going anywhere. After having a long talk with my dad, he's my support system, my rock, he recommended taking some time out just for myself and spending it in prayer. I thought about it for a bit and figured it couldn't hurt. My family has been more on the religious side ever since I can remember. But I kind of drifted away since this whole COVID thing started. Since then, I've been setting aside 20 to 30 minutes each day, and let me tell you, taking that time for myself has really made a difference. I feel calmer, yet more energetic. If only I had tried it sooner.
Speaker C.
I don't have any major problems with weight gain, although I do go up and down with my weight, like a roller coaster. As the lockdowns went on, I found myself feeling bloated all the time, not to mention tired and just plain blah. I tried exercising, like walking or aerobics, but it didn't really help. Then I came across an article on the internet about how the food we eat can cause difficulties like the ones I was having. It was a real eye-opener, because I never really thought that our diets could have such a positive or negative effect like that. I mean, sure, gaining weight is the main thing, but by cutting out certain ingredients in our food and taking in more vitamins and healthy nutrients, we can improve every aspect of our daily lives. Since starting this new regimen, I can't tell you how my life at home has become easier. There's no more swelling or blowing up like a balloon. I feel more energetic. They are simple changes to our diet, so I'd recommend it to everyone.
Speaker D.
Being in my house all day has really stressed me out. School takes up most of my time, especially since the end of the school year is approaching. If I'm not at my laptop, then I'm hitting the books to study. I take breaks once in a while, but looking at the same things around the house, I was going stir crazy. At first, I tried going for walks with my sister, but we were still in the neighborhood and I dreaded coming back home. After having a talk with my parents, we all agreed that taking mini vacations on the weekends was a great compromise. I'm not talking about driving for like 10 hours to get to the beach or taking a plane to an exotic destination. That's not possible right now. but going for a drive around our city and a little outside our county has proven to be the best medicine. There are so many places nearby that we had no idea before the epidemic even existed. We don't always spend the night in that place, and sometimes we skip a weekend if there are too many things to do, but spending that time, even if just for the day, really recharges our batteries.
Speaker E.
Online school, doing chores around the house, taking care of my little brother if my parents aren't home, studying or doing assignments. It's a never-ending cycle, and I thought I was going to go crazy. Everything was so repetitive, and I was going numb slowly but surely. Then one day, while I was babysitting, my brother asked if we could fingerpaint. I was like, no way. Mom would kill us if we got paint all over the carpet. But he kept insisting and even started whimpering like a little puppy wanting to go outside of the house. Eventually I gave in, and let me tell you, that was the best thing that could have happened. Sure, we got dirty, paint all over ourselves, but the floor stayed clean because of the sheets we put down. It was so liberating. We used our hands, brushes, sprayed and splashed paint all over the huge piece of cardboard we dug up out of the garage. I felt happy for the first time in a long time. You couldn't help but laugh if you saw what my little brother looked like in the end. He was covered in paint from head to toe. It was so much fun that now we do it at least once a week just to get that pent-up energy out of our systems. And it's brilliant. The more mess we make, the more fun we have.
If you need to listen one more time, feel free to go back. Here you can check over your answers to see how you did. Please send your results to your teacher, and if you've had some difficulties, don't be afraid to ask. Now for some fun. Use the link and pause the video to read through the article, Creating Your Personal Stress Management Plan. Use the article as a guideline, and you can also open the link for the PDF at the bottom of the article to help you get some ideas of what to write. Once you've figured out what you want to write down, get creative and make a digital poster of your own personal stress plan, how you plan to overcome your obstacles for a stress-free life. Since it's a poster, you shouldn't have full sentences, only bullets, so you're shortening the information and reducing it down to what's necessary. Get creative, stay positive, and good luck. Don't forget to send your final product to your teacher. What did you enjoy in this lesson? Is there something that you would like to learn more about? How can you connect today's lesson to your life? I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.